Hello, hello, and welcome, StarCraft fans. We have a whole exciting lineup here for RCG 2021. With me today is SeriOsity. Seri, how are you doing?
Hey, doing well. How's it going, everyone? This is gonna be great. I actually saw earlier that this is the exact semifinals we had in earlier RCG. Bonif against Dandy, OyA against Dewalt. If you guys remember in that one, Dewalt actually beat Dandy in the finals. Somewhat of an upset there. Dandy beating Bonif. Are we gonna see the same today? I don't know. But these players are very high in skill level. I expect some great games.
Yeah, this is the tippy top, right? These players have battled through it. They know what they're doing. We just saw them get through BSL with some of these players at the top to Walt Bond and final. Will we have that again today is the question, or can one of the other players come out on top and take these guys down?
Yeah, and DeWalt Bonif has been a final I don't know how many times. Are we going to see it again? This is going to be another PvP fest. Can Dandy do something about that?
Yeah, they're always difficult. Both of these guys are so sharp, especially PvT. Bonif, we've seen, is just so good with his carrier timing. He's using his Reavers to push back those Terran armies and get after it. So we'll see today if Dandy has something special in store. But first up, we have Dewalt OyA here, Seri, and something that I noticed about the map pool was a lot of two-player maps. So maybe OyA will have some tricks up his sleeve. Maybe we'll see some proxy-type gates, proxy 1-gate harass or proxy 2-gate. We know OyA definitely has that in his arsenal, so maybe he'll use some of that stuff to try to pull out some victories here against Dewalt early.
Yeah, OyA is actually very strong in PvP. Should still be an upset against Dewalt, especially if he's not as active as he has been before. But he is very strong in PvP. I mean, you can just see he beat Boa, who's also very good, 3-1 yesterday, pretty convincingly. So, I mean, Dewalt definitely has his work cut out for him. And like you said, these two-player maps can be a little bit scary in the early game.
Yeah, I mean, playing PvP, especially, I'm sure we played enough PvP on Eclipse, all of us on the ladder, if you're a Protoss user, things can get weird quick, you know? A lot of different things. Are there going to be gates in your base? Are there going to be a 9-9 outside where you're a zealot behind at the micro really well with your probes? Will there just be a 1-gate, a 9-gate, and then harass with some pylon blocking? I think all of those things are really possible. So things could definitely get tricky. I mean, we know that PvP is not as volatile as something like ZZZero, but it can get weird, right? Like, you can lose on build order. So we'll see what OyA has planned. He might say, all right, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 builds, and that wherever it goes, it goes. So you might have a bunch of different stuff ready to go.
Yeah, and if you look, 3 2-player maps, 2 3-player maps, and 2 4-player maps. And Sylphid, no ramp. Blue Storm, no ramp. Match Point also, and Tower Cross. None of these maps have ramps. This could be a very quick set of games as well.
Yeah, it definitely can get crazy, right? PvP, who knows who's going to go 3-gate versus 2 or 1-gate robo expand. All those builds are going to be possible today for the players to pick out and really press. I mean, especially with someone like Dewalt, we all know as the game goes later, he gets stronger and stronger. So OyA may take that approach where he wants to get these early fights in micro and try to get those early 2-gate Reaver, just mix in stuff to get him out of the game early. Because Dewalt multitask as the game goes on is just insane.
Yeah, and there we have Dewalt, who's the reigning RCG champion. And OyA, who's always consistently made it into the round of 8, round of 4, but never broken 2, never made it to a big finals.
Yeah, I mean, the big task ahead of him, but OyA, very experienced, has a lot of potential. So I think we're going to be starting up soon here. All right, our players are ready. Here we go. All right, match 1, here we go. In the bottom left, as the red Protoss, it is OyA.
And in the top right, in the color blue, we have Dewalt.
Yeah, one thing I always notice right away from playing this matchup back in the day, these pylon blocks can get nasty. These banner pylons in that mineral patch blocking off 2 and forcing them to go around is the worst. We see that there, so we'll see if there's any early probes that go out to try to make that happen. Definitely some styles of PvP where you can make a pylon go scout, make your gateway, and then put a pylon down and start getting that pressure on with the eco damage. So we'll see if either player opts for that. Right now, everything seems to be on the level and standard.
Yeah, no early probe going out. Both players just making the pylon near their nexus. And if we're not going to see early cheese, this is also not a particularly good map for some aggression. It's just so far away to attack. You have to go up a ramp that leads into their natural. So no early shenanigans. We're probably going to see something a little bit standard. What do you think?
Yeah, I would imagine. The only thing I would say maybe early pressure is a 3-gate because there is no ramp to the main base if you go around through that middle pathway. But other than that,
look at Dewalt. He's suspicious. He's just checking his main.
He's like, I'm not gonna have gateways built in my base. But that's listen, we all have to do it. Got to check your base. Got to know what's going on.
Yeah, another thing that's not very good on this map is any kind of 2-gate from your main. It's just way too far for your zealots to get across the map. Your opponent has a lot of time as a defender to get a Dragoon and Zealot and just hold the ramp and then kite back into the main. So both players going into 1-gate gas.
Yeah, we see that Dewalt's going for the early scout. Probably wants to make sure there's no proxy gateways here at his third. It's a very common spot to put proxies, like behind that mineral right there. So he's just checking it out. We see OyA is not going to send a probe out, so he'll have a little bit of an eco advantage to start this game.
Yep, Dewalt just playing it safe. Doesn't want to get caught off guard by anything early, knowing he could just, if the game goes on longer, it's better for him. And we have an anti-miner pylon in the perfect spot. This covers the very deadly 2-patch miner pylon, which is extremely painful.
Yeah, especially with OyA putting his cybernetics core there. If he were to get a pylon block and then the probes went behind, Dewalt could actually trap 3 or 4 more probes behind the minerals with another one.
Yeah, you never want to make your core pylons in this way. It's very annoying if you do actually get miner pylons. So you really do have to prepare for it. And Dewalt getting in, seeing nothing. OyA going for the later scout, which is actually fine because you're going to get in on regardless. There's no ramp one zealot can block here.
Yeah, one thing to note about this map's area is the expansion is next to that lower ground. Storm drops become absolutely deadly later the game goes on this map.
Okay, OyA gonna go for that 21 gate, so he's gonna look to put on some pressure with 4 Dragoons. There's timing when you have 4 Dragoons against 3. And instant Citadel from Dewalt.
So I think this is something we're seeing more and more even at the Korean Pro level where they're going in range and still putting a Citadel down. So that way they can add a second gateway, pressure with the DTs, and then follow it up with some more Dragoons. We saw this recently in the Mini's best series that they played, that this was the build that Mini chose to go with. So we see Dewalt definitely is up to date on what meta as he would be, ready to put some pressure here on OyA.
Yep, and OyA's going to make these 4 Dragoons.
Oh my goodness!
I was gonna say, you make those 4 Dragoons, you get a Robo, and you still have a Robo timing to defend against DT. But because he's also going Citadel, I think this is just a huge disadvantage.
Why go Robo when you... Oh! He didn't sneak the probe in. But why go Robo, Seri, when you could also make your own DTs?
Oh man, it's just the timing is too late. There's no way. I mean, it's only like 15 seconds, maybe 20, but it's just their DTs are going to be in your base. They're going to see you have DTs, and then Dewalt's going to probably have his own cannons up.
Yeah, I'm
Dewalt
actually
has to be
curious.
a little bit careful here, though.
I'm actually curious about where Dewalt put his pylon instead of putting it by the natural to try to make cannons. Oh, we have our first fight here. Oh, didn't fire.
What I think this is? Oh, Dewalt has 1 less Dragoon, but he's trading effectively. In the end, he's going to lose the fight, which is good for OyA, but Dewalt did the best he could. He traded 2 for 2. And can you do a double forge block? Is that, I mean, Because if
Yes, that is why it's there. You are correct, Sarah. You can put 2 forges at your like choke there, and it will block a DT.
oh man, he saw it.
He saw it, I think. Oh,
Where is it? I don't even see it. There it is.
so yes, he will double block with the gateway forge. Okay, yeah, that will block OyA in all of the way. Except he blocked his own DTs and he's got the cancel to let them out. Okay, he cancels to let them out. He said, all right, boys, gotta get you out. This will fully block, and he will be able to hold the DTs and be able to build cannons in his main. And he is going to stop Dewalt from doing the same. He will not allow him to build the block there right now. Oh my goodness, he gets the probe again. There's no block again. I don't know if those DTs are going to be able to get in time to be able to actually hold, but right now we see that OyA will be able to hold with this cannon here, but at what cost, right? He's not going to be able to take an expansion, whereas Dewalt, there's no...
Dewalt, yeah.
Dewalt did a wall.
Okay, so he is going to get...
But there's 2 DT. They might be able to knock this down really fast, Sari. I guess he could build another forge directly behind that forge
right
and
on
it will
top.
still block. But, man, DeWalt playing it really close here.
Oh, he's got to make it now.
He better.
Whoa, that timing was perfect. But you actually want a little bit more time. He's going to be able to survive in the main. But his Nexus at the natural, there's no way that survives.
Yeah, there's no way that he didn't cancel that Nexus. And we see DeWalt sitting here with 4 DTs outside of OyA's base. Oh, is he gonna go for it? Microing the DT back. There is a cannon in the main. OyA will probably just build another. Oh, he's gonna pro block to make sure no DTs get in. Oh, one sneaks in. Oh,
but we have the backup cannon.
Okay.
Oh, the natural! What?
No way.
How did this happen?
Oh, no way. So he is... Oh, he had to cancel the observatory. It doesn't range. The cannon doesn't range.
Okay, but some of these key tech buildings are actually getting picked off. We got the core already. Observatory is delayed. We should probably go for... Oh! DT, don't want to go in cannon range. Should probably go for the archives next.
Yeah, for sure. I would start taking off the archives. The big problem I'm seeing here, Sari, though, is the natural. He is going to be able to produce so much economy to Walt. I know he's losing these buildings, but it's definitely advantage, I think, to him having that nat up in such a weird game like this.
Yeah, because just one DT at the natural would have killed it easily. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if OyA assumed it was canceled or he just went into the main, decided to kill more buildings. Either way.
Now, the thing that OyA is going to be able to do here is he'll be able to get storm drops immediately. So he might be able to get into some of these probe lines and just start storming them. So despite Dewalt having that economy, he might not be able to use it right away. Oh, and a support bay going down here, so maybe we won't see. Oh, he is going to notice now and say, oh my goodness. How did I let him get that up?
Well, all in all, I think because OyA is getting his own Nexus here, he probably has something like, I don't know, 5-6 less probes, but Dewalt has to remake a lot of tech. He's got to remake the cybernetics core on top of the archives as well. And OyA, actually both players are going into support base, so like you said, storm drop on this map is very powerful, so we're probably going to see speed shows just for that very reason.
Yeah, OyA may have some sort of timing where, because he knows he killed the cybernetics core and the archives to get like a Reaver Goon timing, because he knows DeWalt had to remake all those things, but it's definitely going to be close because DeWalt was able to get his own support bay up and be able to get his Reavers out to defend, and like you said, definitely defender's advantage at points with these ramps, so things can get tricky.
Right, DeWalt shooting up in gateway count, going up to 6. OyA still only on 4. But OyA is getting +1 on his Forge. Dewalt isn't spinning right now. Dewalt getting this key scouting information. I think he actually saw the Reaver as well.
Oh wow, double Forge from OyA? Wow.
So big investment in upgrades here.
But it's a huge break point there with the +1 attack for your army. Your Dragoons kill the other Dragoons in one shot less, so definitely a big deal if he can sustain that and get his economy up with the upgrades. He'll be able to take better trades in these fights for sure.
Thing is, I don't think OyA should be aggressive here. Maybe he's just posturing, but Defender's advantage is huge on this map, and additionally, he's investing into double Forge, which hasn't kicked in quite yet.
I think he's looking to take a third too, Sarah. I think you're right. I think he's posturing so he can keep Dewalt at his base. He knows that his infrastructure was hurt a bit, so maybe he's like, okay, I have the tech advantage. If I just defend and sit back, I can take a third base and start harassing. Well, Archons are out.
I actually, thinking about this better, OyA's decision to go Reaver is actually excellent because he killed the Archives. He knows Dewalt isn't going to have Storm for a very long time. So the longer Storm is kept out of the game, the more powerful Reavers become. And Dewalt on the other side has to go Reavers as well, because you're not going to go into a player that's going Reavers without tech to combat it. And because the Storm is so far off, it makes sense to go Reaver in this situation. So that's why we see it. And we actually have OyA on this high ground. This shuttle, I don't know where it's going yet. It's got to be careful.
He shuttle out for Dewalt. I don't think OyA saw it. These, like we said, these naturals are very concave. So when these drops come in, there's not a ton of surface area for the Storms and Reaver shots to miss. So we'll see what... Oh. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh!
Wow, what a save. He transferred directly to the third base. Perfect timing from the OyA here. And shuttle's already low. It actually got hit by that cannon that was at the choke between the main and the natural. We're going to kill this cannon, but I don't think much else is going to be done here. We did force a big pull, and we have actually OyA at the front. I don't know about this. It's very difficult to attack here. Dewalt even has a Reaver back at home. Just to stall here. We have the shuttle dance.
Oh, OyA's Reaver takes one hit. The other Reaver takes a hit. Okay, we're just doing the Reaver dance right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, now the main from OyA not mining. And we actually did get a pylon, but that's not the pylon that's powering.
And this triggers OyA to go in after getting some shots on that shuttle. He is able to pick the shuttle, able to pick the Reaver, and he is pushing in with two Reavers alive here. Is the arc strong enough here for Dewalt to hold? He does have a lot of reinforcements coming from the back, but two Reavers right now are firing away. Oh, he's got to micro those Reavers. Dewalt, just too many units.
Yeah, it looked good initially for OyA, but then Dewalt's arc was very strong. He really minimized the amount of splash he was taking from those Reavers, and he was actually able to defend that easily enough in his opinion that he could just take a third off of this after winning the fight. OyA is going to have high ground control here, though. He's got to be careful.
I wonder if his 1-1 kicked in, and that's why he decided to go Seri.
Possibly. He also had two Reavers to one. There were a lot of cannons, but they got easily picked off by the Reaver splash. And we have OyA pushing in again, but this time Dewalt has a Reaver. He has superior Dragoon count, and
he's bleeding off a lot of units here, Seri. Dewalt's going to hold this third very easily. He did cause some lost mining time from OyA, so his economy's bumping up now too. I think OyA, like you said, needed to be less the aggressor in those spots and just keep expanding and just hold Dewalt back. But he decided to go in, and Dewalt had a good hold there.
Yeah, in PvP, you never want to be the one who's attacking. You rather be the one defending and harassing, and that's what we saw. Dewalt, even though he didn't do a ton of damage economically, he did some, and he really pulled up tension away from OyA from the attack, gave himself enough time to get another round of Dragoons out. And now he's going to take a third, and OyA's stuck on two bases. Only now he started his Nexus.
Yeah, the one thing about the map, like we said before, you can start to defend on some of these high grounds and try to drag the game out. Try to get yourself caught up to max out as well. But OyA right now posturing in the middle of the map. Dewalt just sitting on top of his high ground. Might even think about taking a fourth behind this because he knows that he's ahead. And he does have speed shuttles out. I did not notice the speed shuttle for OyA before when he was microing his Reaver. So Dewalt will be on the map. Uh-oh. Reaver's coming in to take some shots.
I wonder if OyA has 2-2 on the way.
So trying to get that upgrade advantage. Archons are big here, and all these matchups, they tank so much damage, soak so much stuff up. But Dewalt now has both Storm Tech and a Reaver Tech. So he really needs to be careful.
Yeah,
as he engages here. Uh-oh.
PvP. Oh, and now Dewalt's taking control of OyA's high ground, and his army was split in half. 2 Reavers at the front, getting a ton of shots off before the main engagement happens. We even have Dewalt reinforcing with an Archon here. You can see the Dragoons on the low ground, very ineffective. Dewalt loses the shuttle, but the Reavers are still alive. And a massacre on OyA's high ground. Dewalt wins game number 1 over OyA.
GG. Really well played from both players. Interesting build choices coming out of that start there, Seri. To put down the 2 forges to get upgrades to get a stronger ground force. I definitely like that play. Upgrades in PvP, obviously massive like they are in most matchups. And you see Dewalt kind of just sitting speed shuttle, harassing, trying to take bases with a really good defense. So well played by both players there.
I wonder how that game looks if OyA actually kills the natural, because yeah, I mean, think about it. He kills the natural. The first observatory Dewalt made actually got killed, so that would have delayed it even further. Then OyA would have expanded behind it. I mean, it just seems like a big missed opportunity there.
Yeah, definitely letting that natural up was tough. I'm sure he thought, he said, oh man, there's no way this guy's going to keep this natural going. I have DTs here. But Dewalt just went for it. He said, let's see what happens. And it paid off for him in the long run. But I'm curious about that fight, too. That fight was a little bit tough for OyA. I think he did a good job in the beginning. But barreling into these naturals with just Dragoon Reaver, your goons get so clumped. And we saw the arc for Dewalt. He did a great job putting goons even behind the Nexus to get the biggest arc as possible. So that was really well done from him. Really well defended.
They really spread out those Dragoons, even though OyA had 2 Reavers to none. Towards the end of the fight, it just the Reavers weren't effective. Sometimes they weren't shooting the Nexus. Sometimes the Dragoons were only taking 1 Scarab, and the Dragoon Nexus was just too far. Really minimized the splash, and then once he saw the opportunity to pounce, that OyA just didn't have that many units and the Reavers were exposed, Dewalt quickly capitalized and defended.
Yeah, so I think our next map up is going to be Eclipse. I mean, I know it's my favorite PvP map on ladder. What about yours, Seri? Your favorite too?
Nah. I can't say I like it that much.
I'm just kidding, Seri. I hate Eclipse. I can't stand it. Get it out of here. I'm done with this PvP nonsense. We know that those gates go down to your natural. They go out somewhere in the middle of the map. They're hidden on the side. Gates are hidden everywhere here. The worst ever map. I hit PvP all day on ladder, and this is what I play. So we'll see if OyA does decide this is the time he's going to do something different. The problem is it's just so common on this map. Like, Dewalt is definitely going to scout it. So that's got to be going into his brain too if he decides to do something like that. But all right, I think we are ready. Let's get into our player screen here. And here we go. We have game number 2 between OyA and Dewalt on Eclipse. All right, spawning in the top right, we have Dewalt.
And in the bottom left, we have OyA.
Yeah, so Eclipse definitely can be interesting PvP here. If you get through the early game into the mid game, What a lot of protos do like to do sometimes is maybe get that 3rd and 4th Reaper, which is becoming more and more popular, and then slowly push out and take your 3rd base and just defend as the units come down from the high ground. Like, you don't have to engage them there. So that's definitely something we could see mid-game. But I feel like on this map, a lot of times the games end pretty early with just the double Reaver harassment fighting high ground, low ground naturals. I think that's very common here. So we're interested to see what they decide to play for here.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're not seeing any shenanigans from the player, just opting to play it standard. But the longer a 2-player map is on the ladder, the more creative the cheeses become in PvP. Like, I don't know if you remember when Overwatch was on ladder. Like, you could proxy gateways on so many locations on that map. It really is surprising. But here for now, we see both players just gateway on 10, not even scouting right away. I'm sure they're going to check their mains. I mean, Dewalt did in game 1.
Yeah, Dewalt checking now. OyA not checking. I wonder if OyA is saying in his brain, like, I know Dewalt's going to play pretty standard against me. Like, he's not going to try this trickery. You know, he thinks he's the better player, so, you know, I'm not going to worry about it as much.
He's checking it. He's checked 2. He's probably going to check a 3rd proxy location as well.
Yes, he is. I'll be surprised he doesn't even try to go up to his 3rd there, Seri, and check that as well, because you could get those tricky things. Now, here's a little bit of the mental game here. OyA is going to go across the map right now and is not going to see a scouting probe until it gets to his base. And there's always that moment when you pass through the whole middle of the map with no other scouting probe, you're like, oh, wait a second. But we'll see if his tensions are eased here or if he sends something to check the rest of those locations.
Yeah, because this probe getting in here and you didn't see it on your way out. You're like, why did this guy take a roundabout route, or did he proxying something? What's going on here? But something we didn't see on match point, both players actually went Dragoon first. We're actually seeing a Zealot from OyA here. And Dewalt.
I don't believe there's a Zealot for Dewalt.
Yeah, no Zealot from Dewalt. So he scouted the proxy locations, don't feel safe, and it's just going to skip the Zealot. And, I mean, Dewalt has to be careful. You don't want to lose this probe.
Yeah, I wonder if OyA will try to punish the no Zealot. Like, there it is.
Oh,
yeah, I was
there
say,
it is.
by getting a Manor Pylon. That's one thing. Oh, 2 Manor Pylons. Now, this is what I was talking about before, Sarah. You see that probe that's behind there? More probes will start to funnel back there. If you're OyA, you can actually trap more probes, but he's opted to cancel that first pylon.
Probably going to cancel this one too, but very annoying. Definitely worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth it. I was going to say, sometimes we see when you skip the Zealot, they go into a 21-second gate and just start pumping units, but not here for Dewalt. Looks like he's just going to go into robotics play from here. Just based upon that positioning of that second pylon, 3rd pylon. So it looks like that's a robo down there for Dewalt, playing that 1-gate robo. Another probe going out. Same thing here from OyA. Mirror builds again.
The one difference is OyA has a Zealot, but to get the Zealot, you actually have to cut a probe, plus OyA lost a probe. So OyA's actually down 2 probes here. Ooh, who gets the first shot? Looks like Dewalt.
Dewalt gets the first 2 shots. He's just trying to see if he can bait these units out so he can get his probe in.
Yeah, see if he has a Nexus. If you can get to the ramp here, you're already happy with that. You already see if they expanded or not. And supply Dewalt's favor here, but it's just the probes.
Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful as Dewalt here. You don't want these goons as you're shooting to walk up on you and start just following you through.
3-gate ops.
Versus 1-gate Reaver expand. So OyA will have at some point maybe a little bit of a timing where he can hit with enough goons as the Reaver is not out, but I'm sure Dewalt won't skip anything, and we'll make sure that Reaver is down in time before he as he takes this Nexus. But other than that, safe builds from both players. If there's no bust in the beginning here with the 3-gate obs, then I think the advantage goes to Dewalt for being able to get this Nexus up so quickly.
Alright, we actually have OyA supply blocked. I hope our pylon is about to finish. Yeah, looks like we're okay here. The one key is the Zealot. The Zealot actually tanks so much fire from enemy Dragoons that could turn the tide of a fight. The Dewalt's gonna have way less Dragoons, but of course he's gonna have the SimCity, the Reaver, and here we have the push out from OyA. Very quick reaction from Dewalt. He's already pulling back. We might even see a shield battery.
Yeah, he's going to be in trouble here for a second, Seri. He went with the Observer first and not the Reaver, which is pretty standard, but now this Reaver's not out for this timing. So we're going to have 7 Dragoons and a Zealot versus probably 5 Goons.
Yeah, I actually think this is unholdable.
Yeah, I think he may have to surrender the natural or wait, or just let him poke until it comes down. So yeah, he's got to surrender that natural. OyA looking to go up the ramp. Nope, Zealot out for Dewalt, probably going to help him hold and secure because it'll tank so much, plus the missed shots. So now we see that OyA is just going to back up, get his Observer, take a good arc, force him to use it down there. Oh. Oof.
That's a huge shot. It did like 250 damage from one guy. He's got to be careful. Sometimes the Reaver won't shoot. And you can see OyA's, like, he wants the Dewalt to go down the ramp for him to be able to shoot. Look how far these Dragoons are. He also has the Observer to give him vision.
Yeah, and he'll be able to take a Nexus behind this as well. So, I like that Dewalt has this. So he's coming down. OyA gonna push. He's gonna fire this Reaver. The Reaver is not firing, Seri. Oh no! Disaster for Dewalt there.
Sometimes the Reaver just won't fire. And this is critical just before the second Reaver is out, and he's gonna be able to stall Dewalt's expansion even longer here.
Yeah, and he'll have enough time now to either get a Reaver of his own back at home or add 2 more gateways and go. Okay, he's chosen to go robotics, so he'll be able to get his own Reaver. By the time that Dewalt gets the shuttle and tries to push down this with a delay, he'll have 2 Reavers at home with his natural up. OyA has taken a big lead so far in this game.
Yeah, this is. I mean, he went 3 gate ops, not straight up 3 gates. So you have the zzzeropl timing, so you can match the Reaver. And getting that first Reaver, absolutely huge. Look how much Dewalt has been delayed from taking his expansion. And I mean, it's gonna be like this for another minute. We have the shuttle finally, but again, he's gotta be so careful. OyA has the vision advantage with this Observer.
Yeah, he's just blocking him. As long as OyA doesn't lose his whole army in some crazy fight, he should be good. OyA just poking up and down, forcing him to drop it again. Alright.
Dewalt bringing his Observer back, realizing how important it is. Get rid of OyA's vision here. And now this gives Dewalt some ability to break out.
You need a couple of Zealots here, Seri. You need to send the Zealots down first to tank. Here we go. He'll send the Zealots down first to tank a bunch, and then run the Goons down with the Reavers. The Zealots tank enough where you can kind of fight there. Ooh, he's going to the backside. I don't know about this. Oh, his Reavers are taking fire. OyA kills the first Reaver and the shuttle and the second Reaver.
Yeah, and he never actually broke down the ramp either. OyA now has a Reaver and the shuttle, and Dewalt is still only on 1 base.
Yeah, at this point, OyA doesn't need to do anything crazy, right? He can just sit here, keep delaying, let his economy go boom. Oh, he's going up the ramp anyway, but the Reavers, oh no.
Okay, that's exactly what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Just no reason to try to gain value from that Reaver when you're already delayed. This is the expansion this long. You lose a Reaver and a shuttle there. Well, still Dragoon advantage for OyA.
Yeah. OyA is going to be adding gateways and pushing on soon, I'm sure. Good fight here. Oop. OyA getting max value. The problem for Dewalt as he makes these trades is that he doesn't have the second Nexus in the economy yet. So OyA just continues to get advantages even from just trading at this point. But now because he allowed him to come down, the game can drag on.
Yeah, I gotta say though, losing that shuttle on Reaver was massive. If he had that alive, Dewalt's win percentage here would be like 0, but now it's like 3.
Yeah, I mean, now if Dewalt can drag this game on, can he hold on to just... Oh, he didn't lose the shuttle, he just lost... The shuttle's injured from the one from before, so he lost the Reaver. But still, I mean, you don't want to give a Dewalt a way back into the game. You know, you want to make sure you keep your foot on the gas and just keep going forward.
Yeah, but it's still a huge advantage for OyA. I mean, the one Reaver, but you can see the Dragoon count for OyA is a lot bigger. Doubles.
Really good shot. He missed the first shot. Both Reavers target the Zealot only.
Okay, both players.
Oh, no.
Looks like Dewalt's able to take out one Reaver. He still has one Reaver in that shuttle. Nice pick up there. So it's doing a lot of damage to the Dragoons, but the Reaver's still alive in the back. That's an unsupported Reaver. The shuttle's very low. Shuttle actually gets picked off, and Dewalt's able to hold here. Incredible control there.
Saved the Dragoon. Oh my goodness. Now all of a sudden, Seri, it's a little closer. We were at like a 15 supply difference. Now we're down to like none. There is almost no supply difference. It was even there for a second. And we saw the speed shuttle for Dewalt once again. So he'll be able to get on the map like this and start harassing and picking OyA's probe lines if he can.
Yeah, so OyA still has an advantage because he's had this Nexus up faster. Probably has, I don't know, 5 or 8 more probes mining. But that's not a huge difference at this stage of the game. Once Reavers are out with speed shuttles, he can easily make up that difference.
Yeah, Zero just highlighted there's only 2 on gas at the natural, so he's not mining efficiently there.
Yeah. This looks like Dewalt's going to go up to 5 gateways. OyA's already on 5. I mean, this is a healthy natural probe count, and nice pick off there on another observer. We still have advantage OyA despite losing the fight. Dewalt does have the Reaver advantage, which is huge here. Ooh, we pick off another observer. Reaver's at the front. Shuttle very exposed.
Oh man, Seri.
What?
This OyA army is just getting melted and the shuttle lives. Oh my goodness.
I'm not even sure. I mean, that was really good control from Dewalt, baiting shots on the shuttle. Like, you could see he never actually picked up the Reavers, but OyA kept trying to shoot the shuttle, assuming Dewalt was going to do that. And some of the Dragoons were just not firing, switching between targets like that. And now we have an exposed natural, full
and an exposed Reaver.
Ooh, actually, he's just going to go into the main here. Trying to get in the sweet spot between the transfers.
Oh, these probes always get stuck. Oh my goodness. Oh, Reaver down. Only a couple probes go down, but lost mining time there for OyA.
Yes, the shuttle was really low. I think only one Dragoon shot and was able to kill it, so not even enough shield regen there. But Dewalt has done a good job. He's evened up this game. He still has another Reaver back at home. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a shuttle. So army counts about similar. Tech-wise, I think OyA has a Citadel started.
Yeah, I think Dewalt is going to continue the pressure here at the speed shuttle. He is feeling pretty strong. I think he's going to continue to harass OyA, but he's going to be going to a tricky spot here, going down from the high ground to low into that big arc that OyA, or maybe not. If OyA comes up here again, he may take some more free shots from these Reavers.
It looks like OyA just waiting for that second shuttle. I wonder if he has speed started.
No speed shuttle here for OyA still. Dewalt's still sitting on just Dragoon Zealots. I think maybe a Citadel started for him. I think we got +1 coming for both players.
Alright, this is a lot of Zealots. Dewalt's gonna have to retreat here. Okay, there's a shuttle from OyA finally.
This is where he gotta be careful. He can get picked up. Oh my goodness, great shots and pickups. But OyA gonna choose to fight up this ramp. Takes out one Reaver and the shuttle, second Reaver. But can he bust up the ramp? The shuttle ran away. Oh no, the shuttle went away down to the bot there.
And that's a slow shuttle. It's gonna be so far away. Where is it? It's actually like
at the gnat somewhere. Oh my goodness. Looks like Dewalt's just gonna come out ahead here. Sir, I don't even know how it was that close for OyA going up the ramp. Some decision.
He did a really good job at picking off the shuttle, but then mysteriously, like, where is his shuttle?
Disappeared.
Oh, he must have misclicked, and that cost him big time. He could have potentially just pulled back there. He had the 2 Reavers and the shuttle alive versus none, no Reavers and no shuttle from Dewalt. And yep, still 2 on the natural gas. Mains are almost mined out here. Very low eco game now.
We see OyA putting down his 3rd, so he's trying to get that kick started now. The question is, can he hold it?
Dewalt actually completely mined out of his main. Of course, he was on 1 base longer. So, I mean, if OyA can hold the 3rd base, he's going to be in a much better economy than Dewalt. Dewalt, very poor here. He still has a slight army advantage, but hard to press through. He doesn't have speed zealots like OyA does. Looks like a scouting dragoon here.
And we see Dewalt once again posturing in the middle of the map, getting his army collected, going to push down, trying to see who he can find, pulling units away.
Oh man, there's nothing at the natural. But OyA, quick reaction there. A Reaver just popped out, so he has 1 Reaver with a good concave. He should be able to hold, like you said, this low ground.
Yeah, Logan Air always tough to come off the ramp into. He should have a great concave. I do not want to see OyA go back up this ramp. I want to see him just hold and get ready to fight. We see Dewalt bringing down his Reavers to the natural probe line. It is exposed. Oh my goodness. Oof. All right, only like 2 or 3 probes go down, but another probe pull. Low ego game. Everyone counts. OyA checking for that 3rd. He said, okay, you don't have a 3rd. I might be in really good shape here. But that speed shuttle is circling back around. Seri going to that 3rd right now. Doesn't matter if you have an extra base, if you have no probes mining it. So Dewalt is just backing up and going to try to expose this mineral line again. Yes, he is. Moves to the side so he doesn't get thudded out. Oh my goodness, Seri.
That was like 7 or 8 probes, and yeah, like you said, sure, you have an extra nexus, you have an extra base in mining, but is it really mining now? It's got like 4 probes there. You can see an Archon here from OyA, and he's actually, like, does he know Dewalt has the space? Yeah, Zealot is here, and this is going to catch Dewalt. Dewalt's probably going to have to cancel this. He can retake his natural or like his regular 3rd. This is even a Zealot there for for blocking. Dewalt knows though, so he's just going to take this. It's going to be much later. He needs to keep on harassing, right? He needs to keep using his speed shuttle advantage, because if OyA has like, I don't know, like 90 seconds to a minute or 2 minutes to stabilize, he will just be able to pump out more units. Dewalt is barely able to produce here for that much longer just on 1 nexus with only 7 patches.
Yeah, we see OyA taking his 3rd gas because he's starting to feel a little gas starved. I think it's especially because of that 2 probes on the, now he has 3. He noticed it, probably felt that through the middle of the game there. We see Dewalt stacking a ton of gas. Soon that's going to be converted into Archons. Oh, good shots there from the Reavers. Good arc here for Dewalt. OyA G-Streaper's not in the fight yet. They're lagging behind. He's targets down the shuttle. Doesn't get the shuttle yet, even though he was targeting it. Oh, there it goes, and the Reaver goes down. But Dewalt with the huge amount of goons here. I think he's done it, Seri. The improbable comeback here from Dewalt.
Yeah, just too many Dragoons left over. He started off that engagement in a much better position than OyA. Now he's breaking. He's out the ramp. This is just impossible to break. And there's the GG from OyA in what was an incredibly back and forth game.
Well, Seri, I don't think it started out that way. I think it was big advantage OyA, which I think he's going to feel, and it's going to hurt to have that happen. He definitely had that game in hand. He did not need to go up that ramp. I think if he just held the ramp, it would have really just delayed Dewalt so long that he would have just been able to take the game away. It's unfortunate that Dewalt was able to come back from that position when you're in OyA's shoes.
And if you remember, game 1 was also somewhat of a big mistake from OyA, just not killing the Nexus. And OyA's got to be kicking itself here. It really could be up 2-0. Just let things slip from his grasp, man. I mean, Dewalt just showing why he's a better player. He's more calm and calculated. A big mistake in the early game, just losing that Reaver, but to be able to recover from that is really impressive.
Yeah, that was really, really impressive. To be down to Nexus for so long, to come back and just keep taking good fights and microing your way out of it was very, very impressive from Dewalt. Hopefully OyA is not too down about it because he's got to bounce back. He's now down to back against the wall here. So hopefully he'll be able to just pull it together and say, you know what, let's press on. That game's over. On to the next one.
If he still's got a shot, it's a best of 5 overall, and even if you're down 2-0, you can still make things happen here. And so far he's been playing standard. Both players have been, but we'll see if he decides to mix it up here.
Yeah, I mean, our next map is Fighting Spirit, which I think definitely plays very differently from the other maps that we've seen so far. Obviously, it's a 4-player map, but massive defender's advantage here. It's very massive with those bridges. It's a map where you can sit, take a quick Nexus, use your Reavers behind the bridge, even get a third. But then it works the other way. In the later game, you get stuck, but going to be different. All right, we are ready for game number 3. And here we go. It'll be game number 3 between Dewalt and OyA on Fighting Spirit. I'm sure most of our viewers do not know this map. Okay, in the top left here, up 2-0 after an amazing comeback, it is Dewalt.
In the bottom right, we have in the color blue OyA, and then we have a cross map, PvP 4-player map. So it's going to play a little bit differently than the first 2 games. It's going to flow differently.
Yeah, I mean, for all of you who don't know about this Fighting Spirit map, I'm sure we don't have a lot of experience on it out there, but there can be some trickery. That center area where those mineral patches are, you can do a little 9-9, get a little wild, but once again, no players attempting that, not sending a probe to the middle, so it looks like we're going to have a standard game. Like I said, sir, I think this is a very popular map to do like a 1-gate robo expand or just gateway expand into 3 gates if you want to be risky. Because you do have a really solid defender's advantage with that bridge coming across to your natural.
Yeah, this is a map where the defender... I mean, there's always defender's advantage on in PvP, but especially so on Fighting Spirit. They have to go across this very narrow bridge, which is kind of awkward, and the opponent is always going to have the concave advantage with Dragoons, so very hard to push across those bridges. So like the standard 2-gate Reaver push is way less effective on this map than a map like Eclipse or Sylphid.
Okay, we do see our first variation in builds here. We see OyA looks like, oh no, he's not. He's just getting a 12 gas versus an 11 gas up to Dewalt. I thought we were going to see a 10-12 here, but we are not.
Scouting middle, you might actually go cross here, which will throw off Dewalt somewhat in the early game. And I like the middle scout because you know Dewalt's up 2-0. Maybe he'll just do a double 9-gate in the middle because he has a game to throw away if he wants, and he could also win with it. So we're playing it safe, and he's gonna get Dewalt scouting first. And Dewalt's actually going for, looks like a Zealot Core Zealot and another mana pattern.
Nice little banner pollen. I like that. Usually you cancel once the Zealot does some hits on it. You don't want it to die. You want to cancel it. You know it's going to die pretty quickly after you cause lost mining time, so you already got your value.
And there's the Cybernetic core from Dewalt. And the Cybernetic score from OyA, so he already has the Zealot blocking the ramp. Means Dewalt isn't going to be able to get in.
Oh no, he loses that scouting probe. Unfortunate there.
That's actually
big
huge.
Advantage. Yeah, big advantage.
You're throwing away the one advantage you had, and it's actually big because if you have delayed Dragoons, it's actually very hard to just get rid of that probe, and you just have to. You can't hide your build.
Are we gonna see a hidden Nexus here?
I mean, he has the money for it. I think he's just rescouting, but imagine he made it. I mean,
no one ever know. He just got range. I just feel like OyA was floating a lot of money there. Wasn't sure before he got range, and now he got Robo. You notice Dewalt is not getting range right now. Because he did not scout OyA, OyA could have went immediate Citadel, and if he would have put his Robo down after the range, he actually wouldn't make it on time. So he went Robo before range so that he can get those observers out on time to be able to kill those DT.
Yeah, so Dewalt already had the really late core, which means if you get range, and even later Robo, so it makes sense. And we actually have a lot of Zealots, 1 Dragoon, 1 Zealot, and this 1 Zealot at the ramp is very suspicious looking. That's like if you go to the ramp and you don't see a Dragoon and it's 4 minutes,
what's going on?
You start thinking this guy rolled fastest DT possible, or what's going on here. And I like the hidden probe at the natural from OyA. This is just to see if there's a Nexus thrown down.
Yeah, I wonder if Dewalt is going to play like a speed shuttle tile off one base. There is definitely some Protoss builds where you can go, you skip range altogether. Maybe not. Looks like he's just going to play standard out. There's a build though where you can skip your range, go Robo, and then get speed shuttle. Well, a little quick Nexus here from OyA. How to play that standard Robo into Nexus style. Just poking in with the 1 Goon. I do like that he's doing that. He's just trying to get as much scouting information from Dewalt right now. When is he going to push down? Is he going to push down? Because all of a sudden, if a couple minutes are going by and he doesn't put down his ramp, you may be thinking, oh boy, this guy's going to be going for a 2 or 3 gate Robo all in here and can try to bust me. So you want to be able to be prepared for that coming.
Is this probe actually gonna? It is, I think. Yeah, just barely gonna get in vision of the Nexus, and now Dewalt knows what's up.
Alright. OyA sorting that out as well. Ooh.
I would say this is a slight advantage OyA because he has a faster Nexus. There's no way for Dewalt to punish this, and they're gonna have similar Reaver timings here.
Yeah, I agree. The 2 gate though before the Nexus will probably allow for him to have a decent Goon advantage when he does get the double Reaver. So he might look for that timing, double Reaver with non-stop Dragoons, and then push across the map, see if he can get a bust. If not, just pull back and play from there.
Still only the 1 gate from OyA. He's been making probes non-stop. We actually see Dewalt cut here because he's very saturated in his main and his natural. There's still another minute from completion, so just focusing on getting units out here.
And we see Dewalt now getting his observer into the natural, seeing, clicking on those mineral patches to see how much mineral has been mined from them compared to himself, saying, oh wow, this has been up for a little bit, huh? There's a lot of mineral missing. So he'll know that this is a 1 gate Robo into an expansion. OyA throwing down those 2 extra gates right away because he knows that he's going to need to get his production ramped up as quick as possible for this timing that Dewalt may go for.
A huge transfer of probes, 11 probes into the natural, and Dewalt still. Yeah, I thought he was going to add an extra gate there, but no. Thing is, we can't see if either player is going for speed or not. I don't think so. It's just too much gas for like speed is very expensive. It's 200.
Yeah,
it's like
I think actually.
Sorry,
I think Dewalt actually just upgraded the speed. I saw the 200 gas go away. He might have just gotten it himself actually.
So we have the 1 Reaver, 1 shuttle versus the 2 Reavers. OyA's shuttle should be about to pop here. Oh, an observer died. I'm not sure whose. I think OyA's.
Yeah, no, it's Dewalt's observer died to OyA right there. You see OyA's observer going out now. We see that Dewalt was posturing with his army in the front to distract OyA so he can drop this Reaver. It is in the mineral line. Is there going to be a pull? Oh my goodness.
All right, so 1 Scarab to even things up economically. Huge Scarab got like 6 probes maybe, and Dewalt just gonna retreat. He did find a lot of value with that 1 Scarab, and gonna go back home, probably pick up a second Reaver and regroup and go again. And actually, OyA did get speed, so that's the one big difference here. And Dewalt has a probe in position, maybe a pylon to spot.
Really good scouting pylons. Gonna see it. Let's see how quickly Dewalt reacts here. Reacts immediately. Oh no, he drops the 2. OyA gonna try to fight and micro there. It does get a go. Oh. You think OyA had a cold chill go up his spine for a second there?
I mean, that's almost game ending, right? You lose that shuttle with 2 Reavers in it after investing into speed. I mean, there's easily 1,000 minerals worth of resources in that shuttle alone. So OyA able to save that. He got 1 probe and 1 Dragoon. I mean, he still has the faster Nexus, right? So it's not like he's way behind or anything. It's all about positioning and tactics now.
Yeah, they're probably pretty close at this point because of the probe hit. 3 Reavers for OyA. Oh, Dewalt just dropping in now next. He's gonna lose these Reavers, Seri. They're stuck. Kills only 3-4 probes, but loses the shuttle too.
Yeah, that was actually very costly. So the same mistake, the same thing we saw from OyA, it actually cost Dewalt here big time. And now OyA has the freedom to do whatever he wants. Actually, he could even take a 3rd here. There's no pressure on him at all.
Yeah, he could just fly around with the speed shuttles while Dewalt's army's on the map. We see the 4 Reavers becoming more and more popular out there. We'll see if he gets the 2nd speed shuttle. Not only can you sit here and defend this map and harass, but having 2 shuttles with speed Reavers, you can start making some crazy drops if your opponent's army's in the middle of the map.
Yeah, and because it's fighting spirit and the 3rd is so easy to defend, even easier than the natural, you could just, I mean, he only has 3 gateways, but he doesn't need more than that to defend. As long as he controls the bridges and the small ramp at his 3rd, he could... Well, it looks like he's gonna load up double shuttle. He has a big goon count. Gotta be careful moving out. This is the one moment he's vulnerable. Yeah, but 4 Reavers, just massive damage potential here from OyA.
And he knows that Dewalt lost the shuttle and the 2 Reavers. He probably doesn't have 2 Reavers and a shuttle up himself. Maybe he has 2 Reavers or a Reaver and a shuttle. So he knows he has a good timing here. Oh, maybe he does have the 2 now.
This is so difficult now.
So, we were saying before, Seri, these bridges make a great defender's advantage. Well, it also makes a great defender's advantage to the middle of the map.
Yeah, right.
You can just
contain.
Yeah, you could have the most nasty contain, and if you can really get ahead, you can actually build cannons right behind those rocks to really support your army while the other army comes across the bridge.
Yeah, I've seen this before. Where you're max, so you can't add more army, but you could actually add cannons. We actually have almost losing the shuttle there, but OyA ends up not able to kill it.
Oh!
It does go down.
Reavers down.
4 Reavers versus none. I mean, this is still gonna take some tact, right? He can't just waltz through. But I mean, look at the damage from these 4 Reavers. Every time they shoot, something's gonna die here. Oh, but the Wall had Dragoons at 12, and they're coming in. This is a huge concave. We were able to pick up some of the Reavers, but every time the Dragoons march forward, they just get picked up. But OyA not controlling with the shuttle. Looks like most of the Reavers get taken out somehow. I mean, somehow the Wall just has more. Just has more. It's able to win the fight. Even up the supply there.
2 of those Reavers didn't fire for a while there, Seri. They weren't in the fight. The other issue is that sometimes Reavers going south to north bug out like that, where they don't fire. They walk even closer. So between them not being there and the other 2 bugging out, he didn't get the full value from those 4 Reavers firing.
Yeah. South to north, east to west, west to east, all directions. It seems.
My Reavers just spin around in circles. I understand.
All right, but looks like we have double shuttle harassment here.
Oh man.
Shuttle's actually very low. The wall hasn't noticed. We have a second shuttle in the main. Oh.
Oh, did he fire at that Reaver? I thought he was gonna fire at that Reaver. Oh, are there two? Oh no, it gets sniped. He cannot lose these Reavers and shuttles. Oh, good. Those goons are getting trapped up. Watch out, the goon's coming in. Can he get it out? Oh, he gets it out. Okay. The goons got stuck coming in by the assimilator, so a little bit lucky there for OyA that he was able to just get another shot off and get out. But OyA up a base, Seri. Up a base right now.
Yeah, and I don't think Dewalt actually knows. Like, maybe he suspects he has a third, but not that it was up this fast, because he did take this third base before pushing out. So this is already fully saturated and mining for a couple minutes. And again, Dewalt only now taking his third. And unlike the Eclipse game, it's not like Dewalt has a big advantage in army count here. OyA did a really good job with those Reavers, got a lot of damage done, and I mean, now Dewalt has to do something, right? He has to get some kind of damage done here.
Yeah, I mean, he's not mining gas from his third or his natural as well, so right now that's a big disadvantage. Little DT coming up here, but the Invisible Men will not do that much damage as there is an observer here to clean this up.
Yep. Unfortunately, attacking that pylon. And OyA's positioning himself for another attack here. He has a lot of speed zealots now. He has double shuttle. I'm not really sure if he has... Maybe he has 3 Reavers, but I doubt he has 4. He even has Archons. The gas is really kicking in now. Here we go again. Dewalt behind the bridge. But he now, because of the zealots and the third base, way behind in army count.
Yeah, huge supply difference, but one zealot sneaking in here. Gonna try to get some probes, probably.
Okay, does Dewalt have Storm? He can hold this with good Reaver control and Storm.
Yeah,
I mean, here's the thing. If this were any other map, I think Dewalt, OyA would have committed, but because it's difficult to push it,
no.
this could be a huge storm.
Oh.
Ugh.
Okay.
I mean, even then, that still did a lot of damage, and the high temp probably lives as well. I mean, it's hard here. You can't really push cleanly across these bridges. It's very hard to execute. I think OyA should just expand.
Oh, big shot from Dewalt there, and he took no damage on his Reapers, ends up picking off one and damaging the other.
Yeah, I'm looking. Dewalt has his third up. OyA is taking a fourth. Maybe OyA's plan here is just to contain and defend from harass. That's viable, definitely, when you're up a base. Still has a big army advantage. You can't. This is why fighting Spirit can be frustrating, because even if you're ahead, it's hard to go for the killing blow.
Yeah, you just can't push across the ramp. But we see, I mean, OyA has a 30 supply lead right now, and he just can't do anything with it. Oh, Templar! Oof, not too bad of a storm to see up against another one.
Oh, he's got a...
Oh!
He had an opportunity there for 5 or 6 more, and, I mean, very expensive job. He did get 5 probes, but I like that he tried to distract the army, but OyA was on top of the boom, and he saw... Oh, I really like this, the Zealot breach of the contain through the right side. I mean, OyA, it's got to reinforce his position. Most of his army is actually still just at his rallying.
Yeah, we're moving that army forward now. What scares me with that army right there, Seri, those Templar probably won't be Templar for long. They're probably going to make some serious Archons. Oh my goodness. Yep, there we go. Just 2. I thought he'd make the 3rd one as well. Archon's massive in this matchup, especially with so many Zealots in the composition of Dewalt's army. Just gonna meat shield a ton in the front, tank a bunch, and splash all over them. Especially with the Reavers, he will melt through Dewalt's Zealot line really quickly. Ooh. See, OyA's camera looking at Dewalt's natural. I wonder if he's sending a shuttle over there soon with some Templars in it.
Yeah, sometimes the best comp is actually Archon Reaver, Dragoon, and some Zealots, and the opponent was going for Storm. Like, Storm is great, but High Templars are very fickle. So having those big tanks of Archons in your army can turn the tide of a lot of fights. And we actually have the 12 Zealot counterattack. 4 Cannons and 2 Dragoons, not enough here. But this is doing a lot of damage. It's also going to distract OyA. So
this is fantastic move.
No way, these aren't Lings. And now 2 Reavers at the 4th base. There's only 1 cannon. You can see OyA moving his entire army to react. But, I mean, Dewalt, he's making the moves, right? He's pulling OyA apart here slowly. There's a lot of defense here on the top side of the Nexus, so he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get stormed either. You're really dancing around the range.
Wow, really well done from Dewalt here. The multitask, hitting multiple spots, really hurting the economy of OyA. Trying to make whatever he can happen. Oh, is he going to go to fly? Oh, no. Sorry, no. Oh, he shoots the Archons. I thought he was just going to pick off 2 Templar. It was going to be awful there. Could have got 3 Templar with 2 shots. Going back down to the 3rd base here.
He's got to be careful. He knows there's units here. This is a dead shuttle there. He's going to get 3 Dragoons. Try to get in range of the probes, but wasn't able to. This has allowed Dewalt to break out, but losing those 2 Reavers, really painful. Yeah. Dewalt looks like he's going to take top right as his 4th base. I mean, he's done a really good job at equalizing. The only thing is he's still down a base. +2
for OyA. A lot of Zealots here, though. Big Zealots here. As the game goes on, these Zealots have less and less value. We'll see how this fight goes. There is 4 Archons to 2, and there are Reavers. Looks like it doesn't matter, Seri. The Archon Dragoons and the Reavers in the back supporting those Zealots are going to be enough for OyA to push through. And GG there from Dewalt.
OyA finally taking a game there. Looked very strong, and he's got to be feeling a lot better, right? Like game 1 and 2 definitely could have won. Finally, he wins game 3 in a long game against Dewalt, no less. And I mean, very impressive.
Yeah, really well played from him. I like that he got the 4 Reavers out, knowing their power, especially on fighting Spirit by the ramps. Did a good job making sure he got a quick 3rd to take his advantage, press it. But Dewalt fighting back, really good job with those Zealot raids, flying those guys in there, getting as many probes as he could, harassing other bases. So also well played from him. Just unfortunately he got behind earlier in the game.
Yeah, and you can see just how difficult it was to actually break out or push into those bridges. It's just very hard to do it on Fighting Spirit. And I mean, the key in this game was when OyA took that 3rd, right? It was so much faster than Dewalt's 3rd. And even though he wasn't able to kill Dewalt, he had a fallback plan. He had the superior economy, and it just was overwhelming at the end there.
Yeah, well done from him. And hey, you got himself on the board. That's the start. Right now, you got to say, okay, every game here is a best of 1. I just got to keep winning all these best of 1s and keep moving forward. Got to have good mentality. And for Dewalt, he knows he can close it out at any point. He knows that he's been in this situation many times. He's probably not going to be rattled. He'll be ready just to bounce back and just try to take this 3rd game away.
Yeah, and I mean, another thing to mention, the key at the end was the unit comp, right? You have more Archons, and you have those Reavers, just a lot of power in your army. And Dewalt, with the later bases, the later 3rd, yeah, just had a way worse comp. And I mean, this is setting up to be a great series here.
Yeah. Sylphid is up next. Definitely a little bit different PvP. Like we said, there's no ramp. And I think it's one of the few maps, Seri, that there is a little bit of an attacker's advantage with the Reavers, because the Reavers can fire from outside of the naturals into the probe lines. So you got to be careful how much you back up into your nat. But I believe we are ready for game number 4. And here we go. We have game number 4 on Sylphid between OyA and Dewalt. Right in mid left, 1 win away from moving to the finals. It is Dewalt.
Bottom right, fresh off that victory in game number 3, we have OyA. And like you said, this is one of the very few maps where you actually have attacker's advantage. You have an anti-concave at your natural on Sylphid. So contains are extremely abusive. If you ever are forced into defensive position at your natural, the advantage goes to the attacker big time.
Yeah, 100%. I wonder if we'll see any 10-12 mixed in here as well. We've been seeing mostly core tech play, so we'll see if someone decides to get a little bit tricky with it. 10-12 can be strong in this map.
Yep, and if I'm correct, this is Sylphid 3.0, the latest version. Yep, extra mineral patch at the natural there, to fix some of the mining. And nerfed 12 o'clock spawn for Zerg, which had a huge economic advantage over the other spawns. But in PvP, it doesn't really affect too much. You get the extra patch at your natural, and it doesn't really change much in this matchup.
Yeah, OyA must have been practicing a lot of his mineral boosting and mining efficiently, because his gateway has always been in every single game a couple seconds earlier than Dewalt. Not a huge advantage, but little things count. Every little thing counts at this level.
And seems scout.
Yeah, interesting scout pattern.
It's like an overlord scout.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's actually a potential proxy scout.
Proxy, yeah. So what people could do if they're at 12 o'clock, they put it where OyA went, and if there were OyA is, they scout where Dewalt did top left, and the other place that people could proxy is kind of by that mid-right base at 3 o'clock. You can put 2 gateways there, and you're kind of equidistant. Dewalt even scouted the middle. He's really making sure there are no nonsense proxies coming out.
That makes sense. And both players are going to scout each other first. No ramps on this map, but we want to get there before the Zealot. What is this? It looks like just another pylon.
Weird pylon. Nice little probe harass getting in there, Dewalt. A couple zaps to the enemy probes.
Being annoying here. Both players playing standard so far, and because we have the scout in the main, unlikely we're going to see any shenanigans.
Yep.
Zealot out for Dewalt here. Already got 2 hits on that probe. Oh, it has to be careful.
No Zealot for OyA, it seems like, so maybe he will be adding a second gateway right away.
Dewalt hanging around till the very last second before that Dragoon pops out.
Yeah, you want to see what's going on here, right? Is there a second gate right away? Is there not?
Ooh, actually hanging on a little bit longer. He really wants to see what's the plan here for OyA.
I think OyA did want to put down a gateway, but because his probe has been in here so long, he opts to put down the pylon. Yeah, there's the second gate. I think he wanted that a little bit earlier, but...
Dewalt actually can escape here now.
Oh! Oh yeah, gonna do the moving shot, but Dewalt, too slippery. Will not let it happen.
Alright, so Dewalt has full scouting information, and OyA knows this. So looks like Dewalt's just also gonna go into 2-gate. It's tricky. Yeah, I was gonna say exactly this. Some people might be asking, why doesn't Dewalt just go 3-gate? He'll beat the 2-gate. This is exactly why. The opposing player knows you're going 2-gate, so you can just go 2-gate Citadel, and then 3-gate all of a sudden is at a disadvantage because they don't have detection. Another big thing to mention here, Dewalt actually has a Zealot, so in any skirmish, if the Dragoons ever shoot the Zealot, OyA will be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, we see the Robo going down for Dewalt. Not getting tricked or phased by this.
Yep, so 4-Goon Robo, you will have the detection in time. And I like hiding the Dragoon under the tree. Not only will OyA miss half its shots, but sometimes you just don't even realize there's a unit there. And here we go, this is what I'm talking about. The Dragoons can't shoot the Zealot. They really should just target other Dragoons. So far, so good from OyA. Looks like he has 1 Dragoon low. He's pulling that back nicely. And That's 5 versus 3, so even though OyA has damaged Dragoons, they still shoot like a healthy one does, so big advance there for OyA. He's going to push that back. He's going to be able to expand here, and now he's making these
So I was just going to say, Seri, does Dewalt think it's a standard 2-gate because the number of Dragoons? So he may skip the Observer to go right in a Robo to hold, but we know now OyA's got DTs coming. There could be a big timing here for OyA to push in with these DTs once they come out.
Yeah, because sure, DTs, they're frail, but they still have a lot of punching power, so you can definitely use them in the fight. And I mean, Dewalt is, if this is Shuttle Observer, he has a shot. If this is anything else, I don't think he'll be able to survive.
Yeah, Sarah, do you know when DTs give extra punching power?
When
there's no Observer. If there's no Observer, then they have extra punching power.
Man, this is a tense moment here. Dewalt using this front Dragoon just to scout, get a gauge on what he's facing. I like that he's mixing in 1 Dragoon, but now the DTs are here.
Okay, can Dewalt block? Or can OyA block with the DTs? Bunch of Dragoons getting caught. A lot of damage going down from these DTs. OyA pushing in. It was Reaver first. There's no Observer, Seri. This could be GG for Dewalt for this game.
There's just 2 DTs, too much power, and you can see the Dragoon AI got really bugged out from the DTs, and the Reaver is even gonna go down, not gonna be able to take off.
Oh my goodness, he shot the gateway.
Observer was out, but now just the Reaver goes down, and now it's just too many Dragoons. Instant reinforcement from OyA.
And GG from Dewalt. Wow.
Yeah, just a misread there. Thought it was straight up 2-gate with the Dragoon count being as high as it was, but OyA was able to afford that Citadel and that Archives with non-stop Dragoon production.
Yeah, really well played. I think Dewalt was running into for what he saw, right? Saying, oh wow, a lot of Dragoons, a lot of pressure. This must be a 2 or 3 gate. Let me get the Reaper out. Skip that Observer, and OyA said, surprise, I have the Invisible Men. They're going to take you down.
Yeah, Dewalt, I mean, probably going to watch the replay really quickly just to see the timing of that Citadel, because that DT was really fast. And you can see, he just didn't have the Observer in time. Even if he did, it would have been difficult, but at least he wouldn't have died. Would have probably just been contained and broken out later with the Reaver. But unfortunate there, big misread. And the initial fight, right? OyA had excellent control there. Just he didn't lose a single Dragoon. He was able to pick off Dragoons from 1 Dragoon from the wall, and those like it really snowballs, right? Because a subsequent attack all of a sudden became a lot more powerful, and he was able to catch the wall off guard, and now he's tied the series 2-2, and we're going to an ace match.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Dewalt probably not happy. Right, he was up 2-0, about to take it down, just kind of rolling forward, had an amazing comeback in game 2. And now all of a sudden it's 2-2 going to the final match. Definitely probably feels a little bit of the pressure, I'm sure. And OyA's got to be feeling pretty good pulling this back. I hate to say what shoulda, coulda, woulda, Seri, but imagine if we didn't fly that shuttle and Reaver up the ramp.
Imagine we killed the Nexus in game number 1.
Oh, man. Crazy. These games are tight. All right. We're ready for game number 5, the decider, to see who goes to the final. All right, spawning in the bottom right, the blue Protoss, it is OyA. And in the top left, it is the red Protoss. It is Dewalt. Man, maybe OyA should just empty the clip. 9-9 in the middle. Just go for it.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing, right? He hasn't done it. He's been playing standard all the games. Dewalt always suspecting OyA's going to do something, but never did. But looks like he's just going to play standard again. And, well, we have circuit breakers. This map It's not seen that much any longer, but when it was around, it was actually pretty solid PvP map. Unlike Fighting Spirit, you don't get in these positions where the defender has a huge advantage and the games can go on forever. On Sylphid, if you have an advantage as the attacker, you don't have to go across the narrow bridges. You can go up the big ramp, and it's a lot easier that way. So we'll see. We did get cross map again, so
Yeah, cross map definitely plays a big factor into these, especially on this map. We'll see if maybe if OyA does the cross scout again. We did see on Fighting Spirit he went cross map and then early Nexus. We'll see if he does the same here.
oh,
Player pause. Dewalt just stretching out his fingers, you know, wants to be really loose for this game. Yeah, Seri, this map definitely getting interesting. I think making sure you're on your own thirds high ground so you can get that mineral only is important and try to push into a fourth. We definitely could see a little bit longer PvPs here because I would feel like the way the map is built. But very open middle for some big fights, so would be interesting to see. Oh, 10-12 here, Seri. This is unfortunate for OyA, man. He goes 10-12 this game, but is cross map. So we'll see if he can get those Zealots across and get any damage done to Dewalt.
alright. Standard from Dewalt, no surprise here. And I feel this is unfortunate for OyA, right? CB cross map, huge rush distance. Had they been vertical spawns, this would have been a lot better. But cross and Dewalt is gonna have the tech advantage. This is an unfavorable situation for 10-12 gate.
It is, because Dewalt's even not scouting, which is going to allow him to get everything even a little bit quicker. So he will be able to hold this probably a little bit easier than if he would have scouted and used that probe.
Yeah, his build is just going to be a lot smoother because he didn't... Like, the probe cut you make to go Core Zealot is a lot shorter when you don't scout.
OyA going with 21 gas, though. Dewalt is going to have to send his next Dragoon out to meet these Zealots as far out as possible so he can get as much damage done to them as he can.
Yeah, but look how... I mean, the Zealots aren't even at the middle of the map here.
I know. It's tough. Dewalt's going to feel good about this because he'll probably have his second Dragoon almost out before those Zealots even get up the ramp.
This is actually 5 Zealots, so...
Yeah.
If OyA is gonna pull these, the wall hasn't scouted, so he's not moving out to, like you said, get shots off. This could actually get a little bit tricky here for Dewalt. He doesn't have a shield battery because he doesn't know what's going on. He's still keeping the Dragoon at the front. He wants to see any incoming army. So Dewalt's playing it right, but he's just in the dark here. He's gonna see these 2 Zealots that soon become 5. Here we go.
He's going to use the other 3 just to get behind these Dragoons to try to not let them up the ramp. Dewalt wisely running back. Good blocks.
Okay, 1 Zealot gonna go down. So it's only 4. There's the shield battery. You definitely need this now. You've been pulling probes. It's 3 Dragoons, but they're getting stuck. He's gotta be careful with the probe back.
Targeting probes. I like that from OyA. Really good micro here though from Dewalt. Gotta be careful with these probes. Can't take too many. We've already seen 3 probes go down.
Yeah, and 2 of these Zealots are actually extremely healthy. So another probe goes down.
4. Dewalt can use the shield battery on the probes. 5 probes. Plus some lost mod time. 6 probes. That's a pretty big deal there, Seri. And he gets a full scout off. I would not be surprised to see him just take a Nexus here and start ramping up his goon production, knowing that there's no DT.
Alright, but that was 5 Zealots, not the normal 3. So we know OyA's tech is actually very late. Dewalt's still actually in the dark. He doesn't know what OyA is up to. So he's gonna push out now. He's gonna have range advantage for sure. It's gonna be 4-4. Dewalt's range is done. His goons are damaged though. So it looks like both players gonna pull back here. OyA definitely has to be careful here. Ooh, actually, OyA doesn't go Nexus. Did he cancel or just never?
Didn't cancel. I don't think he made. I think he just went for the Robo, which I think is interesting. Maybe he's worried Dewalt will go into DTs himself, but he had a full scalp. Surprised he didn't just drop the Nexus and keep going.
All right, both players are gonna play defensively now. OyA doesn't really want to go out till he has Robo himself. I mean, range himself. And actually, that was a very fat supply block for Dewalt there. He was on 33 for a while. So he actually has a huge disadvantage in supply, but again, OyA, it's gonna be very hard for him to pack cross map into Dragoon Reaver. He might have one moment where he has, if he goes right now, as his range finishes, this is 7 Dragoons, I think.
Yeah, the issue is he did lose 7 probes and made a shield battery. So that's a big disadvantage there, but he does have this Nexus up way quicker. He'll be able to get that supply and probes back rather quickly. Yeah, if OyA pushes in here, Dewalt should be able to push this back. Great first Scarab from Dewalt. It hit 3, maybe we have 4 Dragoon hits. Well done from him. Well, not
Reaver,
mining.
What's this Reaver doing?
He's struggling, as Reavers do.
It's 6 Dragoons versus 3. Okay, it looks like a 4th just pops out now.
Oh my God, and the 7th, he's just killing Dragoons down so that there's no support for this Reaver. He has a perfect spread on these Dragoons. Dewalt, Reaver's passing out a little bit more.
It's a hold there from Dewalt. I think he'll be fine now, but definitely a nerve-wracking moment. He ended up losing a couple more probes. OyA, somewhat evening up the late Nexus there. I mean, Dewalt had this Nexus for a very long time, but remember, he was down 6 probes, so he evened that out, but then I think OyA got a couple there. The big difference now is the tech. We have 2 Reavers already out. We only have a shuttle for OyA. We also have an observer out for Dewalt, and something that's very important, it's underlooked, is just having vision. How much of an advantage vision gives in PvP.
Absolutely. Knowing where that shuttle is and what's going on across the map and what's coming to you is so important. Dewalt just sitting back, relaxing. OyA now getting his gate count up to 4. Might even add a 5th soon. Only 2 on gas at the Nat.
Always gotta be careful, don't want to get caught on the wrong side of these bridges.
I like Dewalt's pushing him back and across the bridge, trying to regain that area outside, so if he wants to take a 3rd eventually, he doesn't got to bust out. We see Dewalt just getting the information he needs. Where that shuttle is, where the Reaver is. Maybe a missed rally there.
It's like we're at 4 versus 4 gateways. Still have the Reaver advantage for Dewalt. Still waiting for that shuttle to pop out. And then again, he is either playing boring speed.
It'll be interesting to see. Dewalt looks like he wants to go put some scouting pylons on the map.
Surprised we don't have a bridge pylon. It's like OyA going through the high ground. We have the shuttle now. I think it's only 1 Reaver, but it's a big advantage if you have the shuttle. Of course, OyA doesn't have the observer. Dewalt has. There it is, finally.
Dewalt has full vision.
He's gonna pick that off. Oh.
Dewalt has his own shuttle now, so he should be feeling a little bit better about this fight. I wonder if OyA is just going to posture here and maybe try to use that shuttle to go into the Nat. Yeah, but he
again,
sees
a slow shuttle. It's just not very threatening. for harass. Slow shuttles are very good for fights, but not so much. Dewalt not looking. Reaver not shooting. Reaver finally shoots.
My goodness. He did connect, though, with that one Reaver there.
Ooh,
Picks
get
an
the
observer. Dewalt luckily has another
though.
one.
I mean, that's so important.
Yep.
Again, I mean, a lot of nerves. Just a nerve wrack. Another observer gets sniped this time from OyA. I think the wall is fine now, but you can see this is a very tense moment.
Yeah, my fear for Dewalt here, Seri, is that he gets stuck in the spot he's in. Like, if he does, yes, he's going to try to push up this ramp because he knows if he doesn't get up this ramp and get out, he'll never be able to get his third. Or get on the map for that much either. Now, will OyA go back across the ramp and force Dewalt to attack into him into his own base? I don't know. Nope.
Is this double shuttle?
One shuttle? Oh, yes, it is. Oh!
Huge scarab.
Is it a fake? Oh my goodness. I guess that one shuttle was a fake. Oh yeah, pushing forward. He got a lot of pro kills. Look at the supply difference right now. Wow. 30 supply right now for OyA.
Yeah, and maybe that wasn't a fake shuttle after all. He has a lot of Dragoons, a lot more than Dewalt, and he actually has a ramp advantage
There's
now.
a shuttle in the main again, just flying around. I think that one might be a fake. Let's see. He goes back in with it. Is there anything actually in this shuttle?
Looks like there isn't.
Looks like there's not. I like it.
But yeah, the wall getting pulled apart here. That double shuttle with the one at the natural did so much damage, and then the big army in the middle, like the wall made those 2 DTs, but he wasn't able to get anything done with them.
And now the problem is Dewalt's down a lot of workers from these. Oh, this DT gonna sneak in really. Oh no, OyA sees it. And OyA did not see Dewalt's army move out into the middle of the map. Seri, I think this is what you were talking about before, right? Making sure that you have vision of where these armies go. Now he's going to see, but now he's going to have all these units stuck on this high ground. Is OyA going to try to trade here? He is. He's trading somewhat efficiently, considering he had only like 7-8 units there. And here he comes up from the other side to push onto this high ground and take it back.
Yeah, but the timing I don't think is there. Oh, looks like he has just too much. The wall kind of cut in half there, trying to go up and down. And we have the shuttle here. Where is Dewalt's?
Reavers. And he's going right into the main. I love this pathing of the shuttle. Can Dewalt react to this, or is he looking at the front? Oh my goodness. He goes in the front, pulls it back. Oh, 21 kill Reaver. DT with 19 kills on the probes, though, in the opposite side of the map. OyA losing all of his probes as well right now. Can he get the shuttle out? He will, but at what cost? Oh my goodness. 23, 24 kills. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I mentioned earlier DTs did nothing, but this is going to be a 28 kill DT.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy, Seri, for a game 5. Just probes dying everywhere.
I mean, this is insane from Dewalt. This is what's allowing him to stay in the game. You can see OyA's actually taking a third. It's not going to have a lot of probes, what that means. Can't saturate it really, but you will be able to make them up quickly. Dewalt, in the meantime, you can see just very poor. Could take a third here. Not really sure what the plan is yet. Just taking a third. Gonna try to make this game go on as long as possible. and play from a deficit. But this DT, absolutely clutch.
Yeah, Sorry, this DT has kept his RCG hopes alive. Without that DT, it would have been game over. But now we see that OyA has a massive supply lead because he is definitely down on workers right now despite killing as many probes as he did. He may have to try to push his advantage while he has it. One thing he could do is he could go across the bridges with his army and force Dewalt to come back down and fight him there.
Yeah, there's no pylon at the bridge to bug out all enemy unit AI. I think Dewalt is going to get caught here. If OyA just marches across the bridges and plants 2 Reavers or 4 Reavers in the middle, he's going to be fighting half of Dewalt's army at a time.
Oh, he's going to try to go up. Oh, no, he's going up the ramp. Oh, boy. Yep. You're going to back up wisely knowing that this is definitely not the spot to go. Unit's getting caught. And here we go. He's going to go across the ramp here. He's going to make it hard for Dewalt. Dewalt's going to have to come down through the top of that, through that choke, making it very difficult against 4 Reavers. It is definitely going to be an arc advantage here for OyA. Here we go. The battle has started. Dropping down those troopers at the bottom. 4 Reavers firing for OyA, microing them like crazy.
It's like we have a Ratted Reaver died from Dewalt. Just so many Dragoons from OyA. Look at all the ones near the nexus of Dewalt.
Oh my goodness, I think he may have done it. SeriGG OyA takes it down in the reverse sweep. Wow.
Yeah. What an impressive result from OyA. Not only does he beat Dewalt, he beats him down 2-0. And if I'm being honest, OyA looked actually like the better player because even in the games he lost, he had a huge advantage. He just threw them away. So, very impressive result. And I think this is his first finals ever. So, congratulations to him.
Yeah, congrats to OyA on a big comeback. 3-0 in the last 3 there to make a 3-2 final series. I mean, incredible. Dewalt, phenomenal player. Played really well, but OyA just seemed to have his number in a bunch of these games today.
Yeah, just incredible play from OyA. And, I mean, the last game was crazy. Reavers all over the place from OyA. The DTs from Dewalt, but OyA just ended up with a way bigger army. It must have been something like an extra 18 or 20 Dragoons from OyA easily.
Yeah, I think the supply gap of 30 was amplified in the army because how many probes that one DT killed. DT almost killed 30 probes. So you give that supply back to OyA and his units, and oh my goodness. So with that result happening, OyA will go to the grand final, and Dewalt will play in the 3rd place match. And next up, we have Dandy versus Boneth. I will be tagging out for that one, and my good buddy Machine will be taking over here with Seri for that cast. But wow, what a game! What do you think, Seri? Dandy or Boneth? Who's gonna be able to take this down?
I'm gonna say Boneth, just from history. Just Boneth PvT is very strong. But the last time they played in RCG, Dandy actually upset Boneth 3-2, and Dandy's been playing possibly more than anyone in the last month. Like, he had a challenge that if he could reach 2,900 MMR, he would get I don't know if it was $2,500 or $5,000 donated to his stream, and he'd been practicing for that maybe like a month and a half. He finally got it this week. Of course, how he got it is a little bit like, is it legit? Is it not legit? Because a lot of Koreans just leave if there's too much lag. But he definitely beat several 2,800 Koreans as well on his way up there. So, I mean, Dandy is in very good shape now, is what I'm saying. It's going to be tough for Boneth, but you just got to go with history. You got to favor Boneth here.
Yeah, I would think Boneth, no slouch himself. Holy cow. But to get 2,900, no matter how you do, it's impressive because they get that high where people are just leaving. So, impressive. I imagine we're going to take a short little break here in between the 2 matches. And then, but don't go anywhere because That first series, incredible, 5 games through, and we have another crazy one coming up, and then 2 more after that. So don't go anywhere. Get a drink, relax, get some food, and we'll see everyone back here in a couple minutes.
You